So, when is it too late to retrain? When is it too late to retrain, to start over, to find new skills? Is it too late for you? Well, I think that really depends on you and whether you actually want to do it. It's just having the desire to want to do it. Have you reached a place in your life where you think, you know, I've been doing this work for so long, um, it's time for a change? Yeah, but sometimes we can procrastinate and that change never happens because we procrastinate for too long. So when is it too late to restart, um, to restart a new career, or to reinvent ourselves in a way? When is it too late? Well, the truth is it isn't really, as long as you have the desire and you have a relatively good degree of health that enables you to do that. It's just not too late. It's just a question of finding out what you want to do. But if you're in work or that is making you ill, or if you are, still working, because I know a lot of people in their older years are still working in work that is not the best work for them, because it doesn't suit their personality. You're being asked to do things you don't particularly want to do. If you're in that kind of situation, are you selling your soul? When you day in, day out are doing things that you don't particularly want to do, how is that grating on your system? How is that affecting it? How is that affecting us? How does that affect us if we do things like that? If you're constantly doing things that you're really against, you don't want to do, or, you're constantly having to answer to a manager, or, how does that affect you? How does that affect you? How does it affect you? It's important. I say, I've said it before in previous videos, it is important to find out who you are as a person still, even if at this stage in life, if some people don't know who they are at 50, some people don't know who they are at 60 and beyond. It doesn't matter what stage you are in life. It's very important to sit down and assess, what is it that is in line with my personality? What is my personality? Am I an outgoing person? Am I an introvert? Am I an outdoor person? Am I an indoor person? Am I a bit of both? Do I like to be with people? Do I like to be alone? Or do I like a mixture? What do I like? What is it that brings me joy? What is it that brings me joy? And I think once we get that work done and we establish that, then it's easier to find a way to retrain, because then you know exactly what you want to do. And once you have an idea of what you want to do, then it's much easier to do that. But it's never too late, basically, because it is really, if you have the desire to do that, you to retrain. I mean, my experience is that I've said many times that I was working in an office for years, and office is not me. I don't like being cooped up like that. In 9 to 5, I just don't like being in an office for so long. I like to move around. I need to be able to do different things. I need to be able to use my own initiative. And if I need to go to the bathroom, I don't need to ask permission. I just need to, whatever, just move around. And if I want to change the colour scheme, of the room, I want to be able to change the colour scheme, without having to settle for someone else's colour scheme, or, simple things like that. But, there are obviously other things I've covered, stressful work, especially work that you're not really into, it's not really helping you. It's not something that you would particularly focus on. If it's work that's not rewarding to you, it's not fulfilling to you, and you're doing that every single day, or at least not, 5 days a week, just think about the impact that that has having on you, on your health, you know. And if you're not happy at work, when you get home, who are you going to take it out on? It's got to come out somewhere. Sure, the stress will be in your muscles. I see a lot of that working as a massage therapist. It will come out in the body. It will be in the body, but it will also come out in your, relationships with people at home or close. Maybe it's usually the closest ones to you. So it has implications. If you're in work that you're not happy in. So the question is it too late to retrain? So I would say the first thing is you need to find out who you are as a person, what makes you happy, look at your skills, make a note, get a journal, write down, the things that you like doing, things that you dislike about your job, maybe your current job, the things that you like, things that you dislike, and then a list of things that you would like to do. Would I prefer to be outdoors? Do I spend my time looking out the window when I have a chance? Do I prefer to be outdoors? Do I prefer to move around? Would I prefer to work in different locations? You have to look at those sort of things because those are important. Because for myself, I don't particularly like being in one location. So I'm very fortunate now that I can work in at least 2 or 3 locations, because I actually do a mobile as well. I can work mobile, which means I'm in a home of people as well. I don't do too much mobile. It's just one person I'm doing at the moment, and that's because she may find it difficult sometimes to get out, but it's perfectly fine. It's lovely, it's variety. Then I'm at a local spa, and then I'm in my treatment room. So, today it's my day off. So here I am making YouTube video, developing my channel, and it's retraining is basically, especially in your older years, is up to you. You can choose to do that. I mean, if you're working, there are evening classes that you could go to. Once you've found out what you want to do, you could be doing evening classes or online courses, or if it's just a skill that you have already, you could be developing that in the evenings or at weekends, when you have some time off from your work, that will hopefully give you a bit of energy because it's something that you enjoy doing. So, you could use that time to develop those skills and write down how you think you can develop into a business. I always say, even if it's making sandwiches, you can try and develop that into a business. Get some business advice. There might be a local business advisor in your area. Because I was helped by business advisors, or even if you go online on Google, you search and you can see what things you need to do, like having a business plan. There may be grants available for you. Having a business plan, finding out what your objectives are, looking at what costs would be involved in doing this self-employment. And if you're currently working, you would have the advantage of being able to put some aside for your self-employment, as and when the time comes, to feed into that. So it's never too late to retrain. It really is just a matter of thinking in a different way, and if you are over 50, don't think in your mind that you are 50 plus. I personally just think I'm 35 now. I in my mind I'm kind of 35. I sort of move around as if I am 35 sometimes, but so it's having a young mindset does help. Basically, if you move your body every day, do some exercise. It's very important to develop a younger mindset. Keep moving, walking, whatever it is, move to music, whatever it is that gets your circulation going. It's very important. I mean, after this video, I'm going out for a walk again. It's very snowy outside, but beautiful sunny at the moment, and I just love. So I'm going to go for a nice walk. Yeah, you've seen me in previous videos, maybe. If you've seen previous videos, I sometimes record while I'm walking, because that's just a natural thing that I do on my days off. Yeah, apart, making YouTube videos, trying to help people to, while they're in a 9 to 5 or a work that they don't like, to try and find a way to ease out of that, by developing skills. So that's really where I am at the moment, trying to help people. Because, like I say, I have seen people stressed with the type of work that they currently do. And, as a therapist, massage therapist, I do see quite a lot of that. So it's just something I'd like to do, to kind of encourage people to retrain. That's what I did. I mean, I started to retrain in my late 50s, so, and I, I didn't feel, I mean, to be honest, because I do have a younger mindset anyway, I didn't think anything was of it, really. It's just that I think the reason I left it so long is because I hadn't really thought of the idea, I hadn't really thought about retraining. So it wasn't because I didn't think I could do it, because I was just thinking, well, I tend to move as if I'm sort of younger anyway. So that really, the only thing that stopped me is that I hadn't really thought of it. So when I did finally think of the idea of, massage or something like that, I just thought, oh, I'm going to go look at the local college and see what they have on offer. And like I said before, I had to do a full year of beauty before I could do the massage course, which is what I really wanted to do. So I did that, and it was wonderful, mixing with younger people. And, the interesting thing is, I was very fortunate actually to be able to do that full time. Very fortunate. But, there are part-time courses as well that people can do, which are, just as good. Yeah, and it's lovely mixing with younger people, because obviously you learn from them, they learn from you as well, and your presence has an impact sometimes in the class, so yeah, and of course you have life experience, so you can actually do very well on courses, because when you're doing assignments, you're probably used to writing. You have thoughts that you have from life that you can put in, as well as the actual technical aspects of the course that you need to be writing about. But you may have a deeper understanding because of your maturity on courses. And I used to work previously as a further education lecturer, and it was wonderful. I used to love teaching mature students. That's another thing. Teachers generally like to teach mature students because they're so keen to learn, really keen to learn, because their time is often quite limited, and so they are keen to learn. They're not going to be wasting time, and do very well actually on courses. Yeah, so in fact, speaking about, is it too late to retrain? I remember I was teaching an access course a few years ago, and my oldest student, she was 70, in her 70s, and she was doing an access course, which is, an access course is basically a level 3 course, similar to A levels, but it's just mature students, if they don't have if they've had life experience. If you're over a certain age, it might be, if you're over 21, I think you can do access courses to get to university. It's an alternative to A levels. I was teaching access course, and she was on this course, and she was wonderful. She was bright as a button, very alert, very keen. She wanted to go to university to study English. It's interesting. She was in her 70s, and she had always wanted to go to university, but never had the opportunity up until then. So she was a delight to teach. Very cheerful, happy person. Like I say, sharp as a button. And I think it's because she kept her mind very active. She was active, an active lady, lovely. So, and she was a delight. She really was a delight to teach. So, if you want to retrain, it's never too late. It's never too late to retrain. Sometimes the only thing stopping us doing things is ourselves, isn't it? It really is. It really is. So yeah, if you're stuck in a job you really don't like, if you're still working as a mature person, you know, or even if you're a little bit younger, listening to this, it's just advice. I would always say that just make sure that you're in work that you enjoy. Get to know what you enjoy, because it's not worth it. If you're in work that you don't enjoy for long periods of time, years, it can have a direct impact on your health. It does have a direct impact on your health. I have seen it. People developing social anxiety as a result of not being happy at work for years. It's just a very sad situation, really. It's just not worth it, especially when there are other ways of working, retraining, developing a positive mindset in the sense that, yes, I can do it. I can remember things. The only thing we might find a little bit different is the methods that are used to study these days. There is an increase in the amount of technology that is used on courses these days. And, it's nothing that we can't learn. Because prior to me going to the college that I studied my massage therapy at, I think the last time I studied was when I went to university. And yes, we were using these computers. I think it was like the washing machine type computers on the desk with the big section at the back. It wasn't not like these flat monitors that we have today. Yeah, and so there was technology then, but when I did the massage therapy at the college, I think I turned up with a folder and paper, and I think I had a few pens and pencils, ruler. I was the only one with that. I showed up with that, and I thought, oh, okay. And in fact, the very first day I went to the library and I got a couple of books on beauty therapy, massage therapy, and to my surprise, I never used them throughout the whole course. And usually, that's the way I was, most of us are trained, aren't we? We're trained to use books as part of studying. But no, it wasn't. There were no books involved. I had the books for the whole year from the library, and I think I referred to them once. But I found that I didn't need to, because the way courses are taught now, everything is online. Everything is online. And it wasn't difficult for me to get into it, actually. It wasn't familiar, but, you ask questions and they explain it very nicely to you. The tutors will explain, it's not difficult. And to be honest, it simplified it in many ways. Because I was tapping up my assignments on the computer. So it's quite simple, because if you make mistakes, you can just delete and carry on. replace and carry on. Whereas back in the day when we were writing dissertations and things, or it would be by hand, and you'd have to scrap the whole page. But yeah, so there is that kind of aspect to it, the technology side, which it's not a great change. It's different. It was more psychological for me because I was used to having a folder and paper and things like that, but that wasn't really necessary. I only needed the folder for they may give out the odd handout like diagrams. Sorry, covering the camera, like diagrams or such like, because I was doing physiology anatomy, so we had to have diagrams of the human body. Um, yeah, it was lovely, and we used this thing called Kahoot, Kahoot, Kahoot. I thought it was so fun. It was just, I thought this is a lovely way to, and what Kahoot is, it's basically um, I'm not sure if it's a platform, but it's an app, I think, isn't it? An app that you can use to review your learning. It's very, very easy, and it's just a bit of fun. And we used to use that throughout the course, and I thought, oh, this is so fun. I can understand that they probably use that in schools as well. I think my son I've used Kahoot at home with my son as well, because that's the nice thing about it as well. Once you keep up your studying, you can help your children or your grandchildren, with by helping them with Kahoots. And it's great because it covers all topics, and it's very simple. It's very rewarding. It makes these lovely sounds when you get things right, and it's just a very different, fun way to learn and to review your material. I found that very useful, actually, using the Kahoot. It was fun. Yeah, and so everything's tidy. It's paperless basically. Um, but I had folders for my diagrams, um, and because I think I did print a couple of things off, but apart from that, it was a lovely experience. So no, we're never too old to retrain. I would encourage you, if you want to develop a new skills, to go and find out what you're good at. Look at your strengths, your weaknesses, look at your personality, take note of what people have said that you're good at. Think about what you enjoy doing, and take the plunge. Retrain, and you could start a new career. In self, it could be self-employment. It could lead to that. Mine certainly did when I retrained. I knew I didn't want to work in a salon after I did massage therapy. So I thought, well, the only way I'm going to do this is basically to get a treatment room. And I did. I got a treatment room. So I'm just, oops, sorry. Yeah, I got a treatment room and started my own business, and I love it. So I'm able to work, by appointment, which is fantastic, which enables me to have a bit of time now to do something different, like this YouTube channel, to help and connect with you, and to help and encourage people to do what they want in life, basically. Try and, life it's short, really, so it's nice to be able to be happy in work, if you choose to work, that is. If you this video is for people who choose to work but maybe looking for a change. So yeah, it's lovely just to be able to spend your days doing something that is rewarding, fulfilling. Like I say, in my work, I get thanked 99% of the time afterwards, because people feel more refreshed, they feel revitalized, and it's just such a rewarding work. Like I say, I can choose when I go in. I'm in control of my diary, and it's just a beautiful thing to do. And I'm so thankful I did the course. I'm really glad I did retrain. Sometimes I think I wish I did it earlier, but like you say, it is what it is, and that's just. It happened when it happened, and it was a good thing that it did happen. I'm just grateful that it did, and that I took the plunge. I did it, and here I am today. Yeah, so if you're interested in seeing my treatment room, I did post a video. I think it's the previous video, and I give you a little preview, a sneak look at my treatment room and see me in my work environment in my own treatment room. So yeah, if you haven't taken a look, take a look at that video. Yeah, but I wish you the best in your pursuit for change, if that's what you want to do, and I'm presuming you're watching this video because that's what you want. I wish you all the best in finding out exactly what you want to do, and yeah, make a note of all the things that you enjoy doing, and make a note of the things that you'd like to do. Make a note of any courses in your area or online that are in line with what you want to do, and do it gradually, and just write your goals down, and you will get there. Yeah, you will get there. Sometimes it's scary. Change can be scary, but I'm here to encourage you that once you're here, you realize, it's not that scary. It's good that I'm glad that I did it. You'll be thinking, I'm glad that I did it. What was I worried about? So I'm here to say, go for it. Just do it. If that's what you really want to do it. Go for it. You can do it. I know you can do it. Okay? So don't be afraid to make that change. You can. Yeah, okay. I'll see you soon.